Welcome to Pro Wrestling History Daily Interactive. Join me as I give you the top 5 moments for this day in pro wrestling history in chronological order, and then you put them in your own top 5 in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling nerd on. Starting off as we always do in chronological order, 1970. Skull Murphy passes away. He began his wrestling career in Canada and later worked at Jim Crockett Promotions and Georgia Championship Wrestling in the United States. In the 1960s, he teamed with Brute Bernard in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation and won championships in several professional wrestling promotions. In his later career, he worked primarily in Australia. 11 years later, in 1981, we see Paul Jones and Masked Superstar defeat Ray Stevens and Ivan Koloff for their second NWA World Tag Team Championships as a duo, exactly 1 month after losing the titles to them in the same town, Greensboro, North Carolina. Moving to 1993 now, where Brian Christopher and Scotty Flamingo, aka Raven, defeat the Moondogs Spot and Splat for the USWA Tag Team titles in Memphis, Tennessee, ending the Moondogs' third run with the belts. Staying with the USWA but moving 4 years to 1997, Jerry Lawler defeats Tank for the USWA Unified Heavyweight title in Memphis, Tennessee. This was Lawler's 27th of 5,675. And last but certainly not least, 2012, Joe Blanchard passes away. A football player, a professional wrestler, and a promoter, his son was one of the original Four Horsemen, obviously Tully Blanchard, and his granddaughter is a former Impact Wrestling champion, Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard graduated from Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas, where he played football and was a star for the college wrestling team and won a Big 7 Conference Wrestling Tournament in 1950. He played his first 3 seasons of professional football with the Edmonton Eskimos in the Canadian Football League, eventually playing in the 1952 Grey Cup, a 21-11 loss to the Toronto Argonauts. His teammates included future pro wrestler stars Gene Knitsky, Wilbur Snyder, and Ted Tully. His last football season was with the Calgary Stampeders in 1954. In 1953, Blanchard made his pro wrestling debut for Calgary Stampede Wrestling. Within all the territories he wrestled, he had the most success in Hawaii for 50th State Big Time Wrestling, twice winning the NWA Hawaiian Tag Team Championships with Lord James Blears, and in Texas for the NWA Big Time Wrestling, twice winning the NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship. And those were your top 5 moments for this day in pro wrestling history. Who's your number 1? Lawler winning one of his many belts? Skull Murphy and his unique look? The odd pairing of Brian Christopher and the future Raven? How about number 1 Paul Jones and the Masked Superstar? Or was it the Blanchard that started it all, Joe Blanchard? I look forward to finding your number 1 in the comments below, and the rest of your top 5. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.